welcome back again.
About contemplating, can I add? I came across this word while I was reading a book, and the meaning there, it was like overthink something, or to think about something over a situation or an issue you have a lot. So I contemplated over my recent problem, let's say. But here I tried to look at somehow it's similar, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Full way.
Yes, contemplate.
2 meanings here.
Anyway, there are a lot of meanings. About you, Tom, can you add definition?
To contemplate?
Uh-huh.
I think that there are 2 meanings really, and in my language it is also like that, because the origin of the word is from Latin, I think, and it is like that. That could be admire something because I like it, or to observe very intensely, or to think about something very intensely, and to think about solving an issue like that.
Yes, yes. Contemplate.
I have a calculator. Myra. Oh. Will you look at those morons? I paid my check.
Oh no,
Who
where's
is that?
Anna. Sorry, my daughter, you too. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Let's see, Vivian. Because she was talking and then suddenly cut off. So let's wait for her definition about this.
Yeah.
Contemplate.
I am looking forward to Vivian because her definitions will be very sophisticated, I presume.
To spend time considering a possible future.
Just over a year ago. And at the risk of sounding a little smug.
Oh, where's that guy?
Hell, does anyone have...
I'm sorry.
Consider a particular thing or long-time serious part way. All right, Vivian, hello.
Hello again.
Yeah.
With the rising intonation. Hello, everybody.
Hello, here I am. I can be late, but I'm here.
I can be late, but I'm here.
Yeah.
You worked on your project. Good you are.
Okay, so Vivian, you said contemplate is kind of, maybe you can continue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, contemplate in sense of you are admiring a place. Look, for example, you are on the top of the mountain, and then you say, "Oh, I'm contemplating the view." Right?
You're admiring that place, okay?
Contemplating. I know that because the other day I was looking for a word, and I thought, because in contemplate in Portuguese means all of this in English and also something else. Like you can say you were contemplate by a car, like you won a car, you know, something like that. But in English, it's just these 2 kind of meanings when you contemplate a view and contemplate the way you were saying, explaining.
I see. Okay. Thank you so much, Vivian. Okay, let me finish, guys. I will share the screen again. Where we go? Here. So now we are here, number 7, right?
Right.
That is assertive.
Yeah.
It's adjective, okay? It's the quality of being self-assured and confident without being aggressive. Okay, so assertive. Have you heard this before? Everyone knows assertive?
Assertive. Yeah, I've heard that, but it's not part of my active vocabulary. I never use it.
I have this meaning in my native language also. It is from Latin, I think, also.
Yeah, in Spanish as well.
Okay.
Assertive means like similar to determined and stubborn person, yeah, who is change his mind.
Yeah, similar. Okay, so be assertive and spell out exactly how you feel. You're very open, right? Straightforward, similar. And another one.
Demanding in achieving goals. Demanding in achieving goals, personal goals.
Yeah,
Also.
exactly. So Johnny was in assertive manner asking his father's consent to get married. Mm-mm. He never scared or without any hesitation to ask his father's consent to get married. Assertive, assertive. Abduct. Have you heard this before? Abduct?
Yes.
Kidnap.
Capture, kidnap.
Kidnap. Oh yeah. So it says, oh, take away if someone is abducted, he or she has taken away illegally. So Mr. Smith's daughter was abducted by the kidnappers. Mhm. How about this one? Lofty. Lofty. Adjective. Have you heard this?
Never.
Never?
No.
First time. Actually, I got this list of words from my course before, the folklore mythology. There are a lot of articles I read, and then I wrote down this list of words that it's new for me. So I tried to make the meaning at the same time examples, so it's easy for me to remember. So high moral standard, it's good. It is a good word for describing something that's high above the ground. Mhm. Or someone who acts like he's high above everyone else. When Jenny achieved her lofty objective for graduating from medical school, she cried for joy. Okay. I set lofty goals in order to achieve my fluency.
But it could be also direct meaning, lofty wall or lofty sailing. It's a high wall means
Yeah.
lofty wall.
Similar. Okay. Rustic. How about rustic? Have you heard this before? Rustic.
Yeah, it's old and old looking,
Mm-mm.
ancient.
I think it's a Latin word.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
It is my in my language. It is also.
it's all similar to Italian, Spanish, Portuguese. So
Yeah,
rustic.
yeah, you're right.
Have you heard this? Simple and often rough in appearance, typically of the countryside. You can refer to someone who comes from the countryside as a rustic. Okay, if you find their behavior amusing or very different from that people who live in towns and cities. So rustic behavior. Example, since Rebecca has a rural upbringing, she is planning a rustic wedding in the mountains. The restaurant has a rustic charm that reminds me of my grandmother's kitchen. Okay, so rustic, very simple and seems like ancient. Compensate. I think you heard this before. Compensate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
To pay someone money in exchange for something that has been lost or damaged or for some problem or to make up for. So she was compensated for the damages done to her car. The factory will compensate their workers when they get hurt at work. Nothing can compensate for the loss of one's health. Okay, compensate. And the last one is vulnerable. I think you already know this one, vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable. Yes.
Easy to be attacked or yes, easy to get hurt.
Yes.
Person who is easily get hurt by criticism at work. An animal with no protection from its prey or a military base with limited defenses. So they're easy to attack by their enemy. enemy. Okay, so let me stop sharing.
Yeah, let
Regarding
me
to
supplement.
compensate,
Excuse me.
sorry.
Let me supplement about something about abduct, and the difference between abduct and kidnap.
Kidnap.
Yes, there's difference because kidnap also usually means asking for money, a ransom.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think the
abduct means
difference could be that kidnap is regarding only to children, but the second
Abduct is
word
for adult.
no.
for
The difference, according to the Google, it doesn't necessarily means children, but abduct means removal from a place, from a location. But mostly it's for children. But for adult, it's also do because you remove somebody from a location by force or by fraud. But kidnap means you usually involve asking for ransom for money.
Oh yeah, exactly. So,
Okay.
for example, if abduct,
Remove a child from a place,
mm.
or adult, even adult can do.
Yeah, I learned this word from my I don't know if you heard that story, the series and Proserpina. Have you heard that? Have you read that story? It's very fascinating story. Ceres and Proserpina, that Proserpina was abducted by the goddess, by the underworld, and yes, that's I learned these words, abduct. He was and she was kidnapped or kidnapped by the goddess of the underworld named Pluto.
Yeah, in Portuguese, we only use this word to express when, like, the person was abducted from extraterrestrial beings. You know, how do you say that? Extraterrestrial beings, like from the flying saucers. You know what I mean?
Outside, from outer world. From outer
Yeah,
world.
from outer world. Yeah, world.
Yeah.
That's the only way we use this word. So I don't really.
close encounters of the first stage. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't really understand the meaning in English, how to use it, so I cannot say anything about it.
You've been taken away from your world.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
And
You are abducted.
as you were talking about compensate, it came to my mind the word which is very often used and similar in news to bail out. Bail out. The banks were bailed out by the government because of the financial crisis. So the donation were given to these banks to compensate the losses. So they were bailed out by government. So the financial aid was given.
yes. How about you, Vivian? Did you prepare for something?
Well, yeah, I have some words here, but I didn't do so nicely like you did, like to put on to share the
Neither
screen.
of us do. Neither
The
of us.
next
Only
time
Lynn
I'll
do.
do that.
Only Lynn do it.
Okay, the next time we can do that because it's not too much work. We just have to type on a word and then share the screen. Okay, I have some words here that I've been taking notes about words that I want to use in my active vocabulary. Outraged. Outraged.
Outraged.
You can
Yes.
type here,
Furious.
yeah.
Furious.
Angry. Furious. Angry.
Outraged. Yeah. It means that you are shocked, indignation in someone. For example, all of us remained heartbroken and outraged over this terrible act in Paris. When happened, they burned the nightclub. Or you could say, I have become sort of outraged at the way our criminal justice system is working.
Outraged.
Yeah, I wrote in the message, outraged.
Outrage. Is that right? Oh, you?
In the chat, you have in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Where is it?
O-U-T-R-A.
Ah, yeah. Outraged.
Outraged. Outraged.
Outraged.
When you are like, you're shocked about something. I'm shocked about this. I'm outraged. Outraged.
Or you can say enraged.
Yeah. Another one is fulfilled.
Fulfill.
I think they use a lot this word fulfilled. And to feel fulfilled with the true knowledge, for example, fulfilled is to be satisfied or happy because of fully developing one's ability or character. If I'm fulfilled, I'm happy. Like if I'm satisfied with my life, I'm happy. I'm fulfilled.
You fulfilled with your dreams.
Yes, you're fulfilled.
Fulfill.
Could it be like that? I have fulfilled of all my tasks.
Oh, yes. Great
Yeah.
job.
I have fulfilled all my tasks. And another one that I think it's so cool to say it, inevitable. I didn't know how to say this word. I knew the meaning of it. Inevitable.
Inevitable. Inevitable.
Inevitable. I heard this one.
Cannot be avoided.
Inevitable is something
Unavoidable.
that you cannot avoid, like death. For example, death is something inevitable in everyone's life.
Yeah.
Inevitable.
Can't escape.
I think it's hard to say it, but when you learn it, it's kind of cool. Inevitable.
In our language, we have proverb. Two things are inevitable: taxes and death.
Texas. Yes, that's true. And another word that is being used quite a lot is cope.
Cope.
It's how to deal with something, how you're going to
Cope.
deal with something.
Cope.
How are
Cope with
you
something.
coping?
Cope.
How are you coping with this coronavirus situation? You
Yes.
could ask someone, how are you coping with this stressful life? Cope.
Cope.
That's a nice word that I didn't know. I just learned when this coronavirus began. And rejoice.
Rejoice.
It's something that causes happiness, joy.
Yeah, enjoy.
So they will rejoice to hear that you passed the test. Your parents will rejoice to hear that you passed the test.
Have you got a
Rejoice.
shampoo with this name?
Rejoice.
Excuse me?
Have you got a shampoo with this name? Locally, we got a shampoo with this name. Rejoice.
Rejoice.
I'm not sure whether you got it.
Would it be cheer up instead? Rejoice?
Yeah, cheer up. The same thing. They will, yeah, they will. But in this case, like, I can cheer you up, or you can feel rejoiced.
Rejoice.
Okay, and I think I did all 5 already.
You could do 10. You can do 10. You can be
Yes, you can
studious.
give us more.
Oh no, there is a one. It's not just a word, but it's like
You could be studious or diligent. It's new words.
Thank you. Okay, so we could say as if by magic. Have you heard this? It's just like an expression. As if by magic, everything happened. As if by magic,
As if by magic.
yeah, as if by magic.